Welcome back to Kizzie's place. So let's talk about my lemon tree and lime tree. Yes, okay, so about 6 months ago, or maybe longer, maybe 8 months ago, I bought a lemon tree and a lime tree, and they were both about a foot tall, okay? About a foot tall. So I bought these large tubs from Home Depot to put the lemon tree and lime tree in. They were already flowering. They already had little buds on them, like they were getting ready to fruit. And I was so excited. That's why I picked these two, because they were already producers before I even got them home. Well, after I got them home, however, they came under major attack. This is the lemon tree, and over here is the lime tree. The lime tree has not grown as much as the lemon tree. It's more growing wide than it is tall, but still healthy. As you can see, look at the leaves. The leaves are healthy and strong, okay? But they have been attacked by pests. And I've just been paying close attention to what's going on here, because when I noticed that they were being attacked, I actually put a veil over them, like a piece of netting over them to keep the buds from being eaten up, because that's exactly what was happening. Like the pests would get on there, and as soon as a flower would come out, you can almost see right here, look how they're just bitten off. See that? Just bitten off. They just bite it right off before it even get a chance to bud and to flower. So first I covered them, but then I just said, you know what, I'm gonna leave it uncovered so I can just see what's really going on and figure out how to deal with it. Because as you can see, this lemon tree is bigger. It's just growing outside of the pail now. So if I cover it, it really is going to restrict the growth of it. So if you have some suggestions on how to keep the pests off of my lemon tree and lime tree so I can actually get some fruit, I would appreciate that. The kind of pests I'm dealing with are those stupid, they're grasshoppers. There's two varieties that showed up in my yard over the last year or so. The last spring and this spring. As you might remember from previous videos, when I was trying to grow the Japanese squash, those grasshoppers just, oh my gosh, as soon as they saw a flower, before I even saw a flower, they saw a bud, and they would get on there and they would just eat the bud right off. They would just nibble all the bud off, and the plant was just continuing to work. Like this one had a lot of little limes on it, like teeny weeny ones, and they've come on here and they just eat the lime as it's a baby, and it never gets to grow. So I think what I'm going to do eventually when I can is to make myself a greenhouse so that bugs like that can't get in. I want the bees to get in, but not those great big old grasshoppers. As you remember, I'll post one so you can remember what they look like. They are about 3 inches long. One variety is black and yellow with black with a yellow stripe, and the other variety is kind of tan. They have a great big tail end, and they have red wings. Oh my gosh, those things, I'm just so tired of them. But the good news is, I always want to end with some good news. Look how it's got some fresh new leaves. So my lemon tree is fighting for its life. It wants to live, it wants to produce, and it's waiting for me to solve the problem so that it can be what it's supposed to be, a lemon tree. I also saw some butterflies put their larvae on here and make their little cocoons on here. That's why these are all shriveled up. They just made their cocoons on here, and then after they come out of their cocoon, they just leave like leaves looking like that. But anyway, that's all there is for the lemon tree. We're gonna work on that and get it producing like it should. All right, see you on the next one.